So, good evening. We are back again. I am lagging like mad. Oh, we're fixed. We are back. Unfortunately, our club's not fixed. The whole thing's a scam. Celebrating for 2 minutes when it's 1-1. Crazy work. Big up Zuba-Mendy, by the way, because he did actually get the ball out the net and run it to the halfway line while they were all celebrating, making out they just won the league. Nonny Madueke, our manager, came out and said he'd done an injury early in the first half. So why did he sub him at half time then? Why didn't he sub him straight away? And we talk about a certain Declan English, as Kenny had called him. So we've got quite a bit to get through. I am doing a Marseille PSG watch long in 50 minutes, so it's not going to be the longest of shows, guys. But make sure you sub to all the lads. We'll have all the pinned comments with their channels and everything. Jezza, happy Monday, mate. Well, you don't look very happy. Apart from Arsenal, mate, I'm sure you're pretty cool.
I'm very, very disappointed again yesterday. All I'm going to say on this, mate, is Arteta, TikTok, time is running out.
Facts, absolute facts. DJB, how's your Monday, mate?
Yeah, all good. First day of autumn today, so it feels like it. It was a bit chilly today in the old wind, but it was a good day. Not just gave me the ump, to be honest, today, Lee. Yesterday's performance gave me the ump. Another missed opportunity. You know, they're the sort of games you got to win at home. We knew if we wanted to win the Premier League and be a serious threat this season, our home form had to be flawless. And he didn't give us the chance and the platform with the team selection to win that game. So once again, you have to ask questions what the manager was thinking. So, apart from that, not too bad, my friend. Not too bad. Looking forward to the show.
No, top man. Matty, how are you, mate? How is it over the pond?
Oh, it's great, man. When Jez alerted me last week that Joshua has been going to the games, and then you told me last night that Joshua was there again last night. Matter of time, my friend. Matter of time.
Kenny, how are you, mate? Happy Monday.
I'm happy Monday. I went to the match, so like I said, that's my weekend and my way of life at the moment. But I can reiterate everyone's saying the tide is turning. The tide of public opinion is that we're not focused on anyone else but the manager. He cannot hide anymore. Can't be hide behind VAR or injuries or a hostile press or people who hate the Arsenal. Even the guys that big Arsenal up, even Joe 90, is having a go at Arteta now. He looks the game and he talks about negative tactics. Don't be fooled. Man City are not the team they were before. I spoke to a Man City fan after the match. Very long conversation, by the way. And one of us was sober, and it was certainly me. But his words were, "Man, we are shit." Says it all.
And that's exactly it. And that's the best place to start as well. Big up to Matteo for the super chat as well, buddy. Big up to the legends. Arteta needs to be sacked ASAP. I totally agree. Unfortunately, mate, when you've got people that are bending over, twerking for this cunt, and he don't even support our club, and putting out titles, Arsenal criticism is too much. Yeah, listen, it's his channel. He can do what he wants. However, he don't support our club. Yeah, maybe stick to worrying about how bad Man United are instead of worrying about Arsenal for views, mate, because I'm sick to death of these people. Yeah, and the gimmick is well and truly up. Yeah, this season, has been a disgrace. We played the worst Man United team I've seen in my lifetime. Yeah, they were awful, and we scammed a 1-0 win there. We weren't great. Didn't attack them like we should do. They weren't great either. Let's just be real with it. We didn't even bother having a go at Liverpool. Yeah, and let's be real, they started off pretty shaky, Newcastle game, so on and so forth. And listen, I've seen people saying that we've had a really tough start. We'll start with Liverpool. They played Newcastle away. They've played us. Apparently, we're the greatest team ever. And they've had their derby game. And they've played the newly promoted team as well, in Burnley. So I don't get what everyone's talking about. But when we're minutes away from losing to Man City, the worst Man City team under Pep, when you put all of that together, it's not been great, is it? Man United crap. Yeah, Liverpool were there for the taking. We didn't bother. Man City, as soon as they got a goal, they went, yeah, just not a crap, mate. Just boot the corners away, punch the ball away. Yeah, obviously it didn't work out for them in the end. And then we're jumping for joy going, well, you know, Pep's that's the least amount of possession Pep's ever had in a Premier League game. Nobody cares, mate. That's 2 points dropped. It's 3 points dropped against Liverpool. Yeah, we've lost 5 points there. We're 5 points behind them already. Yeah, they've got Palace this weekend, which ain't an easy game for them, but we got Newcastle away. All right, and let's be real, we don't do well there. So, Jezza, watching that game yesterday, I was pulling out whatever air I've got left because I'm sitting there and I'm thinking the starting 11 was a shit show. I see Trossard start, Marino start, and Calafiori. That was our left-hand side. And it's like, what are we doing here? There's 6 of our 10 goals this season have come from set pieces. Yeah, that includes a penalty, free kicks. So, but I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, watching Barcelona the other night playing against a disgusting, dirty, low-block Getafe team, the dirtiest team in the league for defensive, like blocking and just getting in the way and fucking making our work. They're just still doing the same shit they were doing the other week against Newcastle and every other team they play against. Yeah, and the quality of goals in that game, yeah, it was unbelievable. Why can't we do that, Jez? Why are we this boring, methodical, robotic, slow, crap football team? Because we've got the players to play quality football. What is it, Jez?
Manager. Said it the other night. It's obvious. Look, when all these things point to one thing, yeah, and it's the common denominator, right? It's the manager. He doesn't let players play with freedom. On the odd occasion he has, we've played some good football. I'm not saying this year, but in previous seasons we have. But he's boring. He's frightened to go on the attack. Therefore, he only wants to play and set up for a draw and try and catch a team on the break and maybe nick a win. Doesn't work like that. Very rarely are you ever going to win many games like that. The starting lineup was shameful, right? If you've got a player that is at half time is injured, then change him. Why put him back on? What is the point? This is this clown. I've said this before. Arteta is like a jockey with a top-class racehorse and he's holding the reins back. He's restricting them from running. We've seen this too many times. And at the end of the day, it is boring, 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 boring. I won't lie, watching that game yesterday, right, there was times I was actually watching something else on YouTube. And it was like, I had it on the TV up there, but I was watching stuff on here. It was that bloody shameful. And all I'm going to say to this, and I said it last night, Lee, TikTok, Arteta, TikTok, because at the end of the day, you're being watched. And you know, he knows he's under pressure. The way he celebrated that goal, which you'd think he'd just won the FA Cup final. Right? Josh was there again. I don't think I've ever seen Josh Kroenke at so many consecutive Arsenal games. He knows what's going on. And Berta is, as I said to you last week, he's the spider sat in his web and he's just waiting. He's waiting, right? And there's another few out there, the vultures, waiting to pick out the bones of Arteta when he's finished, man. And I'll leave it there.
No, well said, mate. Big up to SG as well. Big up to World Class Panel. Jez is only 180 from 10k. Go on, get Jez to 10k, guys. Come, there's enough of us in here. There's 700 people in it, so if you ain't subbed, make sure you're subbing. DJB is 20 away from 2k. So make sure you sub into his channel as well. Come on, that needs to be done right now. That'll be easier. And yeah, bless up for 133 on here as well. So targets being hit. Matty, how far off of your next target are you, mate?
Let me see. I think I'm about 400.
Come on, make sure you get Matty the next 400 as well, guys. And Kenny don't have a channel. I know, illegal, isn't it? He should have a channel.
Right,
but make sure you follow his Instagram, Kenny Ken 1972. And big up SG for that, brother. Big up to Act Fire as well. Arteta is the problem. We're trying to play 2 DMs regularly and now 3. We need to start attacking. There's on the left, Odegaard or Onweri on the right. Zubi or Rice in the middle would be better. Well, this is it. When we see that starting 11 yesterday, DJ, yeah? I mean, I don't know
Yeah.
what the atmosphere was like in the stadium. Obviously, you know you were there. But, like, everyone's been asking me all week, Lee, what do you reckon? Big up for that super chat as well, brother. What do you think of the game? Do you think we'll beat him? Do you think we'll beat him? And I said, I need to see the starting 11 because that has shown me the mentality of the manager. And when I see Eze was on the bench, I'm like, no, we're done here. We're done. I knew we wouldn't win the game. I knew we wouldn't. What was it like in the ground, mate? Like, what did you make of it?
It was flat as soon as the team sheet was announced. It was really flat. I don't know what Kenny thought, but it was flat. There wasn't much atmosphere at all for a big game like that. It was very, very flat. Even the away fans, you know, they're on their knees because they know what's coming with this City team. They're unpredictable at the moment, so they was a bit quiet as well. It was just flat. As soon as the team was announced, it was like, oh, here we go again. And it was Anfield all over again, you know. It was kind of, we knew what was coming, Lee. We knew what was coming. I just can't understand how you play a number 10, make him captain, and then when he's injured, you don't replace him. You play without a 10. We're literally playing without a number 10 when you've got Eze and Wanyeri on the bench. You know, and there's no creativity for Gyökeres. He's looking worse and worse and worse every single game. I think there was stats out today how many times he's touched the ball and created something. It is absolutely diabolical for a player of that pedigree that has come from overseas that has banged in loads of goals. You know, and it's just getting worse. It's just getting worse. And the problem I've got, Lee, is you can still play good football and you can still create chances even if you're playing with 3 defensive midfield players. But the fact of the matter is we've got 3 defensive midfield players that don't create anything. You got Zubimendi, who I'm sorry, and I'll say it again, if anyone tells me he's an upgrade on Partey, they're deluded. He's nowhere near an upgrade on Partey. Nowhere near it. He creates nothing. He gets bundled off the ball. He gets caught in possession. Then you got Marino, absolutely diabolical in midfield. Nothing new there. And then you got Declan Rice trying to cover an 8 position and a 6. He don't know whether he's coming or going. And I know he's going to come in for a little bit of criticism, but he don't know whether he's coming or going. He don't know whether to play on an 8. He don't know whether to play on a 6. So this is yet again evidence of another manager destroying a quality player. This is all down to the manager. He's killing Declan Rice. He's killed Martinelli. He's killed Jesus. He's killed Gyökeres. He's killing Eze. And Eze's only just walked through the door. He's down on his knees. You know, and it's just getting worse. There's all this evidence where players are not getting what's deserved under this manager. They're getting played out of position. They're not getting selected. He's changing the left-hand side. He don't know who to play on the left because he's running out of ideas. And it's just getting worse and worse and worse. And there's still people picking certain narratives out of it. Oh yeah, but City were on the back foot and they've only had 32% possession. Well, I'm sorry, that stat don't win you the league. That stat ain't going to win you any competitions. You could have Man City on 20% possession at the end of the season. That ain't going to win you the league. You don't get points just because the opposition's had less possession. Do you know what I mean? It's just crazy. He had the opportunity to put one mistake. He made a mistake at Anfield. He made a mistake at Anfield by not laying a marker down and not attacking Liverpool and trying to win the game. So I'm thinking, okay, let's rock up against Man City and let's have another opportunity to put a marker down and let's have another opportunity to go and win a game. And he failed again. He failed again. So we've got Man City at home and he hasn't learned from his mistake from previous when we played at Anfield. And this is what happens. He doesn't learn. He doesn't learn. He keeps his stubborn ways and he just doesn't learn. I mean, it's just mad. Man City were there for the taking yesterday, like Liverpool were there for the taking at Anfield. And I understand that going to Anfield's a tough place to go and going away from home. But he's set up exactly the same way, and it's just jarring, man. I mean, Eze. How are you leaving someone like Eze on the field? Why do we need to play with 3 DMs We've banged 8 goals in at the Emirates, 5 against Leeds, 3 against Nottingham Forest. You don't need to play with three defensive midfield players. Play with 2 and play an attacking lineup. You just don't need to play 3 defensive midfield players at home. And I'll finish on this, and I'll say it again. The problem is that we have now put pressure on ourselves again to go to St James's Park to get 3 points.
Yep.
So every single game from now on is more and more pressure. And we've got to go to the Etihad. We've got to go to the Etihad and win. He's got tea towels and towels on the line. Players are wiping the ball and throwing long throws into the box. They're not even reaching the box. They can't even throw long throws. Do you know what I mean? They're not even clearing the first man. How have we resorted to long throw-ins when we've got all this so-called talent in the squad and we've spent all this money and we're bypassing everyone and trying to launch it in the box to Gyökeres, who's non-existent? How many crosses, how many headers have you seen Gyökeres have? How many chances, how many crosses has he run onto to either head or shoot? How many times has he had the ball cut back from the edge of the box where he's had a chance of scoring a goal? How many through balls has he had where he's run onto it and been one-on-one with a goalkeeper like Haaland was? It's an absolute embarrassment, man, and it can't go on. So I'm with Jez and everyone else. I think the clock is ticking. Time's running out. You can fool some of the people some of the times, but you ain't fooling all of us, mate. No way. No way. No way.
Yeah,
I'm
well said,
I'm
mate.
telling you now. We are not stupid. This man's time is running out big time.
No, well said, mate. Well said. And mate, this is exactly it, isn't it? Yeah. And all the links are pinned now for the channels. Jez's Arsenal, Arsenal Huddle, DJB, Southern Guna, and Kenny Ken 1972 on Insta. Big up Static for that. Big up to over 1,000 people locked in, but these likes are a disgrace. A little bit like our manager. Mate, how many times do we have to sit here and go through the same crap? And I mean, I got a bit animated yesterday. I weren't having a proper full-on meltdown because I ain't going to do that as often this season. Because what's the point? We've seen it coming, mate. We had a conversation after or just before the transfer window shut, and we said, like, I'm just going to sit here. I'm just going to watch it all unfold because this season is going to be the season that breaks that camel's back, mate. Yeah, because when we've seen the games and we've done most of the watch-alongs this season, I know you've been busy with work as well, but obviously you've watched the games back. The glum looks in the away end at Anfield and at Old Trafford, the glum faces yesterday at the Etihad, just a little ripple of applause when the goal went in. Obviously, there was a lot of people jumping around and going mad, of course, but it just feels different this season, doesn't it? Yeah, and the fact that he's got Gyökeres, doesn't really want to use him. The fact that we've got players out injured that he's caused again, by the way. Madueke got injured early in the first half. Why did he take till half time to sub him then? Yeah, and I've seen video footage today of where the tunnel used to be that we've taken out, of Madueke limping down there. Yeah, so it was obviously quite bad. I don't know what's happened to him. Obviously, we'll find out later this week, I'd imagine. But Odegaard's out injured. 29's out injured. Ben White's injured. Half of these players are running on empty because they've got previous injuries from last year. Then he's brought in players and he don't utilise them. Yeah, and for me, Eze should be starting in the 10 every game. He's then screaming and shouting at Eze against Forest, hug the touchline, stay on the touchline, and letting Calafiori bomb forward into the 10. Yeah, why? Who's better on the ball, Calafiori or Eze? Who's going to score you a goal? More likely, Eze. And that brings me on to this, I'll let you go. Calafiori has had more shots for Arsenal compared to all of our attacking players this season. Only 10 shots. Erling Haaland has had 21 on his own. And this is Erling Haaland who don't get involved in the build-up play and just literally loiters around the box for a shot. You're on mute, mate. You're on mute.
No, here we go. If you want a snapshot of what this season looks like so far, wait till I tell you all this. Calafiori is the leading assist maker in this team.
That's mad.
Isn't that mad? You got Eze in the team. You got Ethan there. You got Dowman. He is leading the team as it stands right now in assists. Calafiori coming from left back. While playing left back, he is in pole position. 1 billion spent. Long throws at the 30th minute. You pull up the Man City. Gentlemen, we played Liverpool and Man City within a month of each other. And they've dropped points. Early in the season, we should have been going there to try and find a win. There's no excuse not trying to find 6 points out of those 2 games. Instead, this manager resorts back to what he knows best: failure. Failure. He is a specialist. Josie had it wrong. He was foreseeing into the future. Though he just saw Wenger, he should have saw Arteta. He's a specialist of failure. I've never seen a man that consistently goes against the grain. He knows that we've got attacking options. We spent mega bucks here on Jokeris, mega bucks here on Eze. And like I told you yesterday, Lee, these players are seasoned players. They're 27, 28. These are players that have been around the block. They didn't just start kicking the football, and they've been in competitive leagues. So it's no excuse for him not to be playing these players unless he don't want to play them. He don't want what's best for these players. He is trying to keep that seat warm for Odegaard, and he's trying to keep that seat warm for Kai Havertz when he gets back. That's what he's trying to do, and it's at the detriment of this team because we're going into games that we should be winning. Yeah, Gabby comes off the bench yesterday. He scores. He did it the other day. Okay, cool. But can you do that 10 games in a row? See, we're going to have start having these discussions on consistency again, because you can't just keep trying to pull out something at the last second and getting the point like that with this manager, because this manager, his luck runs out on him. He shows up to that game yesterday with all intention of not to lose, not to win, but definitely not to lose. And then for this goof off to be sitting there after he scores to go, he's running down the touchline. Prime Usain Bolt. Prime Usain Bolt, this manager is. Knowing that we need the points. Knowing that we need the points. He's jumping around and celebrating. I mean, we all saw the screenshot yesterday. Everybody's jumping around. We had 7 minutes on the clock. This is the same stuff we've been seeing. I've told people, what you see in preseason is probably what you're going to see when the season starts. We're playing the exact same way we looked in preseason. Nothing's different. This manager has no plan B because he never had plan A. I mean, this manager is out of ideas. And for one, I am over the moon that the hierarchy is at these games watching this. Because sometimes you have to see it to believe it. You have to see it to believe it. And I can only imagine Berta punching Josh. See, there it is. See? You see what Lewis was talking about? You saw what Tim was talking about before he left it. There it is, right there. You see? Because we're seeing the same thing over and over and over and over again. This manager does not know what to do. You remember, Lee, when me and you first started doing our shows together? You remember the talk at that time was, does he know his best 11? You remember that was back then?
Yep.
Fast forward all these years, does he still know his best 11?
Nope.
I mean, this is what I'm saying. That people want to go do the ostrich and put their head in the sand. But we're right here. We're right here at the beginning of the season, and we're already 5 points behind Liverpool. 5 points. And I'll ask you, gentlemen, I asked this question last year. I asked it again this year. When has this manager ever walked down a team and overtook them to win anything? He's never done it. He's never done it. So he's put us in a precarious predicament already before the season even gets started good. And could you imagine being Eberechi Eze? You had your choice of where you could go. You come to Arsenal, and you're like, okay, well, you know what? I think I'll probably, do a little something. You get over here, he's bringing you off the bench after you've played. I mean, FA Cup, Community Shield, within a 4-month period. You join Arsenal and you sitting there now. You making sure everybody got the Lucas aid. You got the towels and you got your boots.
In two of the biggest games of the season, he's sitting on the bench.
And Mikel Merino.
Two of the biggest games of the season, man. And then you don't show up with your best player. You got Jokers out there. He out there looking like Mr. Magoo. Fumbling and fumbling. I mean, you made him look pedestrian.
Like
I hope he enjoys his shindig tonight at the Ballon d'Or, because that'll be the closest he'll get to that again. As long as he's playing up under this manager, he'll be looking to get 8 goals this year. With the way this manager's rolling, I told you all last week. I said he had 2 clear-cut chances. He's had about 3 or 4 clear-cut passes, and one of them came from Eze, who he didn't even start yesterday. Eze comes onto the pitch and he gets a chance. Excuse me. The chance that he gave Martinelli is the chance that he should have been giving Jokers. Those are the passes that Jokers should be having in and around the box. This manager is out there playing prehistoric football. Stoke. They're calling DJB straight Stoke. This is straight Stoke football. The only thing we missing is Delap. That's the only thing we missing in this team is Delap. We've had Delap, we have the circle complete. To be throwing those balls. 30th minute at home. Gentlemen, we were at home. We were even not at the Etihad. That's what really pisses me off about it. We were at the Etihad. Everybody wants to go on about that last year. Oh, well, last year, he comes, oh yeah, we played better today than we did last year. Are you kidding me? Are you serious? Is this where we at? He's trying to find any hook or crook to hang on to. This manager is fragile, and you're starting to see him fall apart. And he's starting to say that stupid. Remember, towards the end of last season, he was saying stupid stuff. He's doing it again. He's doing it early. That's a sign that he knows the time is up. He knows that people are watching him. The money has been spent. $1 billion spent. If you think these folks ain't noticed $1 billion has been spent out of their pocket, I'm here to tell you, these people are watching. This fan base, contrary to what some of this fan base get on these panels throughout the week and say, they're watching too, as you stated. But if that whistle would have blown and it was 1-0, you'd have seen red chairs thrown onto the pitch yesterday. People are getting fed up with this. People are getting fed up. Even the guy that called in this morning behind the third call, DJB, he even was getting fed up with it. See, people are getting tired. See, a lot of these folks got to stop they're tired of trying to find excuses to save this manager. The manager can't be saved. His days are numbered. And I told you all, this is Isle of Patmos settings. Everything will be revealed this season. This manager's a fraud. He's a certified fraud. And I told you all last night, you better watch out for Port Vale up under this manager. He has a history of sending his own early in cup tournament. So that's my take on it, brother.
There we go. Well said, mate. Now, Kenny, before I bring you in, mate, let me grab these super chats. Listen, there's 1,300 people in here. I am doing a Marseille PSG watch along. That's right. Just work it there, please. Thanks. That'll be kicking off in about half hour, 25, 30 minutes. Big up to Act Fire. We needed better passes, long passes. Eze and Ethan starting together, both physical and creative, with Zubi or Rice central, but Arteta is stubborn. And this is what it is, bro. He doesn't know his best 11. He didn't want Eze and he didn't want Gyökeres. Yeah, so he's just fucking around. Yeah, telling Eze stay on the left wing. Yeah, and open. Yeah, that Calafiori bows him out. Yeah, and notice how we start crossing the ball when we take our striker off. Do you know what I'm saying? It's bullshit, man. I'm fucking sick of this manager. Big up to Mookie as well. Big up, my G. Bless up to you, brother. Hope you're well, mate. Big up for the super chat, brother. Big up to Egypt as well. Why do the players put up with this manager? I'll tell you exactly why, bro. Because he's absolutely changed their lives. Yeah, because they were all on a fraction of the money at their previous clubs than they're getting here. Declan Rice has gone from 60 to 240. He ain't saying a bad word against this manager, mate. Yeah. Calafiori was on 12 grand a week. He's now 120. Madueke, 3 times his wages from 50 to 150. Go through the whole team. The worst one was Kivior, 2 grand a week. 2 grand a week, and we put him on 58 grand.
Fucking hell.
Are you taking the piss? Put him on 3 and tell him shut his mouth. Yeah, but they all want to sign for Arsenal. Yeah, of course they do, because they're multi-millionaires. They're all caked. Yeah. Then the manager ain't going to come out and cuss the ownership because he's nicking 15.6 million. So he's never getting that anywhere else. So the whole thing, everyone's just going to. Declan Rice was saying some bullshit I see earlier, and we're going to get onto him in a minute. I'm sure Kenny's got a few words on him. Yeah, and yeah, so saying something like, oh, you know, players that sit on the bench, you know, they've got to keep going, and credit to Martinelli and all of this, and you know, we've had a really tough start to the season with the teams that we've played. You know, it don't get any easier. We've got Newcastle and West Ham next. Motherfucker, we are supposed to go to Anfield and have a go. Yeah, we are the pretender. They are the champion. So it's the onus is on us, not them as the champion. They are the champions. Yeah, if they lose, yeah, then cool. We've now won. Yeah, which means, the tide might have turned there. We've gone up to the champions and we've turned them over. Yeah, when we became champions in 89, and I'm sure a few of you lot were there, yeah, guess what? We had to win 2 goals. We fucking done it, didn't we? Yeah, and they were a better version of Liverpool then than they are now. Yeah, and we still went up there. But guess what? We were a better version of Arsenal than we are now. And we had a better manager and better players. Yeah, and this is the difference here. This manager is a coward. Yeah, he goes there to fucking play bullshit crap tactics to hope that he can bamboozle everybody with the physicality and the long throws and the corners. Well, Donnarumma punched every corner, mate. Yeah, they've just shown everybody how to deal with Arsenal on corners. Yeah, just get a big fuck off goalkeeper in goal, mate, and he'll punch it all. Not rocket science, is it? Anyway, bless up to you, brother. Big up to Unique as well. Eze and Jokeris are being shelved to prove a point. Facts. Soon as that tranquilizer German comes back, Jokeris will be on the bench. You watch. Guarantee it, Unique. Bless up, man. 52 months is crazy as well. Bless up, my guy. Big up to Andy. Arteta never wanted Eze. Don't expect game time. But again, he's not going to come out and say anything. He's got an 80 grand a week pay rise. He's on 180 a week. Yeah, he was on 100 at Palace. All right, he ain't going to say shit, Andy. Bless up, brother. Big up to Act Fire again. Arteta isn't a fraud. He's like Brendan Rodgers. Now we need our Klopp, someone to take the team to the next level. Thanks, Arteta. You did okay. There you go, Kenny. I'll let you lead in nicely off of that. And big up for all the super chats, guys. Get these likes up, though, yeah?
Well, you know, I think Act Fire's right to a certain extent that he's not right about him, the fraud bit, because that's subjective. But in terms of laying down foundations, he has laid foundations down. However, you can't continually praise someone for doing that because expectations are going to be high. You know, he's right to talk about Brendan Rodgers. Brendan Rodgers probably should have won a title in 2014. Next season, when they fell pretty way below, it was time to go because they needed a big name. Arteta's in that sort of category. But the thing is, you guys have said that he doesn't know his best 11. But on the one hand, you actually do know, he actually does know his best 11, and you know it. Because you guys have said that certain players weren't his players, like Eze. You mentioned Gyökeres as well. His best 11 does not involve Eze with Gyökeres. And say it doesn't involve Madueke. It involves Zubimendi. It involves, and that's about it in terms of new signings. It doesn't involve Max Dowman. But the team that he wants going forward, and the team that he really wants is Havertz up top. Either side of Havertz is either Trossard or Martinelli. Saka, the main man. The midfield is Odegaard, Rice, and Zubimendi. And the back four takes care of itself. And you can see that by the way, we're set up. All this, I was saying that when Eze joined the football club, I was asking questions on this show with Jez as well, and DJB and DG, and especially on Dan's show. Where's Eze going to play? Oh, he could play left back. He could do this. He could do that. Oh, he wouldn't want to make it work. And I kept on saying, prove it. Where is he going to play? I said, he's not a left back. He's at left back. And we all know Arteta inside out that he's going to want Eze to do the sort of jobs that Martinelli and Trossard are doing. He can't do that. But we still insist he's got to play no matter what. And in another 10 situation, again, it doesn't work out. And that's why I was saying, when you get the toy and you open up the package and there's no instructions, there's a problem. Or when you start celebrating, you put the cutlery away and everyone puts the musical chairs away. It doesn't make sense Eze playing in this team when this guy's the manager. It's the same with Gyökeres. Everyone says we needed a striker. Well, he never thought we needed a striker. He was happy with what he got. He's happy with Kai Havertz. But public opinion, led by Berta, enabled us to get this guy into the team. And let's face it, we've got a guy, he scored 3 goals in spite of the fact he's had no service. And that is the whole situation. You can have all these players, but you always got to remember that Mick Arteta is your manager, and that Mick Arteta was not only just influenced and worked with Pep Guardiola, he worked with David Moyes for most of his playing career at Everton. And people that seem to forget that. People seem to forget that Everton were a high-energy team under David Moyes. They outran every team they played. They were the masters of low block. They were masters of set pieces, getting goals on the counter-attack. A midfielder, Tim Cahill, getting goals. Mick Arteta himself was playing in that sort of midfield role where he could sort of supplement between the DM and go into attack. Declan Rice. Let's get to Declan English now. People were saying 1 minute he's a number 6, and then we prove he's not a number 6, he's a number 8, and then he's playing number 8, he's now a number 6. Again, when you buy a player like that, you've got to give it some thought. If you take away the goals that he scored in the European games last year, especially the goals against Real Madrid, apart from that, it's been very underwhelming. His set pieces, again, people seem to forget, set piece FC. Well, not too funny. The first thing you do as a footballer is work on set pieces, both defensively and attacking wise. Some defenders deal with them with their eyes closed. We're too predictable, and he's part of the problem in terms of the way he plays, especially from set pieces. And even when we're on the ball, he doesn't affect the play, Declan, as a midfielders do. He's got a great engine. He can break things up. But when it comes to getting the ball and trying to, dictate the play, he's not that player. I'll be saying it's not personal against Declan. It's just that if you're paying £100 million for a player, you need more. Zubimendi played himself in the team because he had some good performances. Not in our eyes, but for what Mick Arteta wants. He gave him what he wants. The hard work, the work rate, and his positional wise. But again, he's a player that doesn't bring anything to the table. But the problem is that I've said it all week. This is Mikel's team. So if you're Eze and you're Chris, you're going to have to like it or lump it, because he will say to you that, well, this isn't Coventry, this isn't Lisboa, and this ain't Crystal Palace. So therein lies the problem. If we want it, the only way it's going to work for those two players is if they get in tune to what's needed and play his way. But the problem is, the downside is that you have another Joey Cole situation where the flair and the panache out your game is being coached out of you. And that's what we risk doing with Eze, and we risk doing of Chris. In Mikel's defence, because I want to sort of make it more balanced, let's remember that Gyökeres isn't the level of Haaland. He isn't the level of Mbappe. Harry Kane to say so he can get goals out of nothing. That's why it's imperative he does get the service. But under this manager, it's not happening. It's not happening. So it's got to be scraps. It's got to be goals against Nottingham Forest, Burnley, and who knows if it might work. But in terms of Mick Arteta, the tide's turning. As I said, Carragher, Keno, your friends from other podcasts are seeing the light. We're not fools. We know Man City they're a team in transition. We know that they're not the same team since they lost Ferrandinho, lost players like De Bruyne, all those great players, David Silva. They've been on the way for a while. And even when they won those titles, it was dust for the taking, but we didn't have the nuts to take it. And then when Man City were finally exposed for what they are, we just allowed Liverpool to come through the back and dominate. But that's what season. Liverpool haven't played well, but it doesn't matter. You can say, Liverpool and all that till the cows come home. What are we doing with ourselves? We've got all this big squad, but it doesn't matter because of the guy who we've got in the realm. He's still a negative manager. In the big games, I promise you, Bayern Munich at home, you will not see SA playing in the midfield. You'll see a horses for courses player. So every big game or every game we play is going to be horses for courses football when you've got this lovely team. And the only way it's going to change if we go through what we did in Christmas 2023-24, where we lost games and you had no choice but to change it. And he got credit for that. But he changed. But he was one who got us in the mess in the first place with his tactics. So it became the element of surprise, set pieces. Saka coming to form. But at the end of the day, we didn't win. We didn't win because our old, like I said, brittle personalities and brittle insides came to surface against Villa, and that was followed by Bayern Munich, where we showed our true selves. These guys talk the game. Everyone says we've got the best defence in the country. We've got the best squad. We're better than Liverpool City. But it doesn't matter because when it comes to putting your nuts on the table and showing that you're the champions to be or champions elect to, you want to lay down a marker, forget it all. We're flat track bullies.
No, well said, Kenny. Absolutely fucking spot on, mate. All of you have spoke. Absolute facts. Let me grab these and we'll just go from there. Big up to Mookie as well. Crazy thing you don't know about your best 11. People who play Football Manager know better than this moronic wannabe Pep. Timu version of Pep, perhaps. That's what it is. Just, it's pathetic, isn't it? It's a joke. Big up to Luke Tompkins as well. Luis Enrique or Hansi Flick pistol league with our squad.
Yeah,
I totally agree as well. And they'll play proper football. I'm going to watch PSG in about 10-15 minutes. Yeah, I watched Barcelona yesterday. Yeah, I watch them every week. They're fucking unreal. They got half of their team out missing. Then they're still bopping everyone off the park. Brandon, I'm leaving in literally 10 minutes, mate. I'm watching the Marseille PSG game, but it's all sank for another time, mate. Bless up, brother. Hope you're well, man. And, big up to 3 Points channel as well. Big up, Lee. Please shout out my new YouTube channel, 3 Points channel. There you go. Shout you out, brother. Hopefully you're spitting facts. We only deal with facts. But where do we go from here, though, lads? Because we got Port Vale. Obviously, that's Stokes Derby. So we might not even win that one yet. And then after that, we got Newcastle away. And I don't think pretty sure they've only conceded 3 goals, and all of them were against Liverpool. Have a quick look. Yeah, Newcastle, where are they? Newcastle, yeah, they've only conceded 3 goals. And all of them were in the first game against Liverpool. They ain't conceded a goal in their next 4.
Lee, I mean, Eddie Howe's got this manager's number. We know that. And the fact of the matter is St James's Park is a bit of a... They raise their games against Arsenal and stuff like that when Arsenal come to town. They raise their game. They get physical. And when the tough gets physical, I worry about players like Zubimendi. Marino spends half his time on the floor. Zubimendi gets bowled off the ball. He's going to find it very, very difficult at St James's Park. It's going to be a tough. It's going to be a tall order. To me, Lee, I can't see any light at the end of the tunnel while this manager's in charge. And it pains me to say it. I really can't. I don't know whether it's stick or twist. Every game, people ask me what the score's going to be. And I have to say, I don't know. We're playing, you could say, what's the score going to be against Newcastle? I honestly don't know. West Ham at home. I don't know. And West Ham are in the mud. I haven't got a clue. If West Ham get their act together and Paqueta's on it and Bowen's on it and they defend deep and hit us on the counter or get a set piece with Soucek or something like, who knows? They could win the game like they did last season. You just don't know what you're getting now. It's all over the place. And what I'm trying to say is there's no identity now. We're 6 years going in with this manager. All that money we gets spent, and we've still got no identity with this manager, the way we play. We've got a midfield that's literally all over the place. I've never seen it in an Arsenal team. I've never seen a midfield so disjointed in an Arsenal team. No creativity, easy to play against. Look at Rodri yesterday in the first half. He didn't have to do anything.
No, he could have had his slippers on.
He didn't have to do anything. There was no number 10. He didn't have to do anything. Didn't have to do anything. And let's be honest, if Man City wanted to turn the heat up, if Man City really wanted to, you got to remember, Man City got Cherky out. They got Marmouche out. All these players have got to come back, and he'll play them. This is what I said. We've got to go to the Etihad. They'll be better by then. You know, they're going to have players coming back from injury.
And we'll be throwing all our eggs in the Champions League basket by then.
But the problem, yeah, exactly. But the problem is, Lee, it's not just Man City you got to worry about. There's some tough teams in this league this season. Everton are a tough team. Did you see how they had 9 shots against Liverpool yesterday and scored a goal? They was all over them in the second half. We never even tickled their belly. Everton were a better team than Arsenal at Anfield in that second half. Right? We've got Everton to play at their new stadium. Sunderland at home. I know people are going to laugh. They were 10 men against Aston Villa. Should have won the game. Leeds now are picking it up. We've got to go to Leeds. All these Spurs now are a different animal this season. You know? And this is what people don't realise. All we're hearing is like, oh, yeah, Man City, Liverpool, Man City, Liverpool, man. I'm telling you now, there's going to be tougher games than Man City. And that is why we needed 3 points yesterday. You name me a manager, Alex Ferguson, Arsene Wenger, Mourinho, Conte. When you go into a game and you are 6 points behind your rivals and you are trying to win a premiership and you don't play your best starting 11, what sort of manager does that? Alex Ferguson, would he be putting Scholes, a man like that, on the bench if he was 6 points behind Arsenal going into a game at Old Trafford? Would Arsene Wenger be dropping Thierry Henry, Robert Pires, a man like that, if he was 6 points going into a game against Liverpool? You play your best team. You play your best team. Saka should have started yesterday. And the reason why Saka should have started yesterday, I know he's coming back from injury, but you're under more pressure being 1-0 down chasing a game than you are starting a game 0-0 when you've come back from an injury. At least then you can take the player off if you're winning a game. And it's just one thing after another with this football manager. And no one can see it. No one's still a large proportion of the fan base is not calling it out. And the more you don't call it out, the more long-term damage is going to get inflicted on this football team. And the worse it's going to get. The worse it's going to get. And the injuries are piling up. There's players now out of contract. That contracts are not being signed. Saliba's haven't signed his contract. You've got Jesus still on 280 grand a week. Can't get back in the team. You know, Havertz still out injured. Now you've got Madueke out injured. So Saka's now got to play every single game because we've got no one on the right because he don't trust Wanyeri. Ethan Smith-Rowe, he doesn't trust him. Doesn't trust Ethan Smith-Rowe. He ain't going to get a team. He ain't going to get in the team, so he's going to play Saka every Skelly, where's he gone? Hello? Cab for Skelly, where's he gone? Skelly can't get a game. Ethan can't get a game. These were the best things since sliced bread, according to Top Gooners last season. Masterclass by Arteta. He's discovered them. Now they can't even get a game. It is a shit show. It is an absolute shit show. And I'll tell you what, if this manager is in place next season, I'm that close of not renewing my season ticket, and I've been going for 50 years. I'm that close. If he's still there next season, I'm having serious doubts whether I'm renewing. It's ridiculous.
No, it's crazy, mate. No, listen, I hear it. Yeah, my mate Jay, his old man's been going 50 odd years. Him and Jay split the ticket this year, 600 quid each. He said, I ain't doing it every week. It's a load of bollocks. Yeah, and this is the thing. And it's like people will sit there and just say, oh, you're just being negative. We had a tough start and injuries and this. Nobody fucking cares, mate. We've had a 6-year sample size of this manager. He ain't good enough. Yeah, he ain't it. Yeah, and no big club, forget even big clubs, no club would go 6 years, yeah, spending that much money.
With
one manager?
Before someone comes in, how has Glasner turned it round at Palace when he's lost Elise, when he's lost Eze, and you got man like Mateta?
He's got the same goals conceded as us, by the way.
Mm.
They conceded the same amount of goals as us.
He's got.
And he ain't lost a game. He ain't lost a game yet.
You think Glasner? I think the thing, if you go to Crystal Palace, it's one of the golden nugget jobs, because they've always kind of had the sort of like the first dab at the best boys around South London, especially if you go to any areas like Croydon, Peckham, Lewisham, big athletic lads, and they've got pace.
Mm.
Tony Pulis, when he went to Crystal Palace from after he fell out of Stoke, the thing he did is he always commented he loved it. He had a lot of pace around him. Pardew loved it. Allardyce when he was there. Croydon Roy, Paddy, and Glasner. And that's one thing why he's always going to do. Another thing as well, he's got players who are hungry. I'm not saying Mikel doesn't have that at Arsenal, but the thing with Arsenal is that Mikel he's got scars. 22-23 hurt Mikel badly. Let's be honest. You're leading the title for all that time. Not trying to shield the players from the pressure. And unfortunately, the pressure got massive. I always say, if you win badly, it'll bite you up the arse. We won badly against Bournemouth, badly against Villa, and it bit us in the arse. And he even went high. He even went, like I said, further inwards as well, where it bit us. I'm not going to say where else it bit us because there's kids watching. But let's just say it bit us badly in the arse, big time. We were there. We were doing the player ratings, and we saw the fall spectacularly. We saw it the season before when we try and get into the Europe Champions League. So this is certain things where it's never going to happen again under this guy. This is where he made us hard to beat defensively, and you have to admire him for that. But the problem is, we've been there with George, didn't we? We were hard to beat under George. 92, 93. What happened? How many goals did we score? 1-2 cuts, but the football was atrocious. 93, 94, a bit better. Before he left, the football was a choke. Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen against this guy, but the problem is morale and belief is where you have all the excitement of the summer signings. You start rating your windows out of 10. Oh, let's give us 10 out of 10. Yeah, let's just.
Who won the window? Whose player is signing of the summer?
Exactly. Oh, let's give them A and A levels without them doing the A levels exams. I said it. Wait until you do the exam. Don't do the predicted grades. And what's happened? Five games in, we're not happy. You know what I mean?
But don't worry though. Liz says he's got a mural, and Raya's got a mural. I didn't even know Raya had a mural until yesterday. Raya has a mural. Why? Because he's done back-to-back Golden Gloves. Yay! Well done. Fucking pathetic.
Daily, you've got to remember one thing. That's the best it gets for Raya. He ain't won nothing. And if this manager carries on, he won't win anything ever in his career.
And even for Spain, when he won the Euros, he only played one game in that. And that was right in the group stage, I think.
They give medals away to anybody these days, don't they?
Well, this is very true. I've just put the Marseille game on. Yeah, the stadium looks rocking, by the way. Yeah, and you see when we had Don Roberts' underpants hanging off against PSG. Yeah, they've actually had a proper mural set up in their stadium today, both ends. Looks amazing. So yeah, Aubameyang's on the bench, by the way, for Marseille. So yeah, we're going to go and swerve over to the other channel, guys. But any final thoughts, lads? Anything else you guys? Listen, we could do another 5-10 minutes if you want.
Expect more of what you saw yesterday when we played Newcastle. We'll see more of that when we play Newcastle. The 3 blind ice, he's going to roll that right back out there again. And this manager, I'm telling you, JB, what is it? 2 goals in 3 years at St. James Park.
Yeah,
and y'all just said that. What was that? They've only given up 3 goals this year, and all 3 of those was in the Liverpool game.
Yeah,
you know what's coming. You know what's coming this weekend. So get ready.
You know what is that, Matty? They're not the same side they were last season. They always seem to have a good season, and then they have a recess.
They have a wobble,
and that's what happened this time. But the problem with Arsenal is that we're going to go there and show Newcastle so much respect, and it's gonna be laughable because you always have to show your points of respect. But Liverpool were there for the taking because they were conceding goals like they're going out of fashion. And Man City, no, they're not the same side. Their fans, the best judges of all, no, they're not good. Good enough. They expect to get mullered. A lot of Arsenal fans thought we mullered them. But at the end of the day, always remember the common denominator and the person that bursts your balloons, and is the guy who says Father Christmas doesn't exist is Mick Arteta. He is like the Scrooge of good football.
I'll tell you what, right? Wednesday night, right? Port Vale away. That ain't going to be an easy game, that is for sure. Because we know what he's going to do. We know what Mikel's going to do, right? And the game at Newcastle at the weekend, that could well be the turning point for this manager. If he loses that game or bums a draw out of it, it's another nail in his coffin. Because at the end of the day, what I'm going to say is tick-tock, Arteta. Josh Kroenke is watching you, mate. And I'll tell you what, he'll be at Newcastle. He'll be at St. James's Park, right? And he's got his finger on the pulse right now. Yeah. And the fact that Berta, I bet Berta is sitting there smiling internally. Because I don't think they get on. I really don't. And I think the fact Berta brought in Eze and Gyökeres,
Go on.
and he's seeing what he's doing with them.
Oh, mate. Look at the football Marseille plays. Sorry, Jezza. Sorry, mate.
You see what Berta's brought them players in. And it's almost like a punch in the face to Berta. Because he's like, I've just given you all the tools you wanted, right? And you're not bothering with them.
Yeah.
You want a spanner and you're using a fucking screwdriver. That's what this man is about. So I'll shut up there.
Yeah. Sorry, Kenny. Berta's probably gone to the Cronkies and said,
What a goal.
don't give this. I don't want any more.
Man. Marseille are 1-0 up against PSG. I thought that was illegal, guys.
No more money. Berta's probably saying, no more money. I don't want. He's not having any more players. That's it now. No more.
Yeah, I'd agree with you, DJ. I'd agree with you on that.
Jez, what's your thoughts on Tim Lewis leaving?
Good move. Get out. Now, I think also, Matty, behind the scenes, there's a lot of changes going on. And I this is only my theory on this in watching what's going on. Josh Kroenke, the fact he's now consecutively seen all these games, including he was at the away game in the Champions League. Right?
He was, yeah. He was in Bilbao, yeah.
Yeah, he was there. Yeah, I've never seen him at this many games. So I think he's having a massive influence now. I think the fact that him and probably his dad, maybe not quite as much with his dad now, is the fact that he's saying, right, you've had all this money, fella. We've now got a proper technical director in. He's obviously reported back to Josh Kroenke. I don't think any of us can deny that. I think when he first came in, he sat back, he was watching, he was looking at what's going on, he's looking at the money and seeing what's been spent, how much people have been, wages have gone up. He's reported back. Josh is now thinking, right. At the end of the day, I'm watching you now. I'm watching exactly what is going on, and I'm sitting here waiting for you to. He said it's time to win trophies. Josh said it.
He's right though. You think about all their teams that in the USA. Eventually, if they have delivered success, all right, it's taking time, but when they've really put a boot in and taken their interest, the teams that they own, they've won things. So maybe it's our turn, which means if it's our turn and Mikel doesn't deliver, then I'm sorry, footballing logic will have to prevail, and we have to look elsewhere. Don't listen to Danny Murphy who says, "Oh, be careful what you wish for." I mean, someone needs to. The only thing you could do with Danny Murphy, the only thing he's used for was probably boiling an egg or frying an egg when he's boiled it.
But Simon said, "Hang on a minute. You said you got to be careful what you wish for." Well, Liverpool got Arnie Slot.
Yeah, he's right. Simon was good that time.
And won the league.
Yeah, but this is the thing. Yeah, Simon Jordan, his way to shut him up because he contradicts himself quite a lot. Yeah, I like listening to him, but it's like, oh, he has to. You have to give him this season. Easiest way to respond to that guy is go, cool. What was the longest serving manager at Crystal Palace when you were the owner? How long did he serve?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's the easiest way to shut him up. He'll come out with some fucking wrong word that no one's ever heard of to shut you up.
No, Lee, better. You just got, all you've got to do is either do two things: either say Steve Parish, or say were you at Wembley when they won the FA Cup? And that's it.
Who's the geezer in the FA you don't like? Who's that guy, Kenny? He fucking can't stand it. Do you remember you had a row with him on the phone? Well, what was that geezer's name in fucking FA? Some fucking, you know what I'm on about, the big chubby guy. What's his fucking name? Yeah, he goes, yeah, he used to phone me up all the time, and I just, he's a horrible, despicable man. And then he was phoning in the show.
Yeah.
That's fucking funny, man.
Simon Jordan loves the stage. He loves people who agree with him. He's an expert at boxing these days. Believe it or not.
Apparently so. Yeah.
It's what it is. Right, listen, let me grab these super chats. Big up Ray, man. Big up, brother. Nuno would do better than... Well, Nuno actually had 2 interviews for the Arsenal job, and we didn't give it to him. But no matter who comes in next after this manager, this fan base ain't going to back him like they've backed this guy. Yeah, you're going to see dust-ups and shakedowns and fucking... Yeah, we all will. Oh, mate, you can give it to Mr. fucking Miss Piggy or Mr. Blobby.
Next manager in.
Next manager in. I don't care. If he loses 6 in a row, it doesn't matter. It's part of the process, lads. He needs all of his own pieces.
6 years.
We've had 6 years of this. So, yeah, the next manager needs to get 6 years and £1 billion. Otherwise, that's unacceptable. We know this fan base ain't going to do that. Yeah, this fan base... if he does win the next manager real quick, something major or just anything, it'll be, well, Arteta laid the foundations. Yeah. That's what our fans are saying.
Will be.
Yeah. True.
Yeah. It's not his team. It was Arteta's team. That'll be the one.
Yeah, that'll be it. Oh, cool. Well, all the more reasons give him 6 years and £1 billion then, Jez. You know what I mean?
Trouble is, though, Jez, they won't all be here. Saliba will be gone. Saka will be gone. Rice will be gone. Raya will be gone.
And the rest of them will be in their fucking deathbeds, mate. Fucking
and the rest of them,
dressed up as mummies in bed with casts all over their arms and legs.
The rest of them would be like a Carry On film, like Carry On when they're in the hospital, when they're
just laying there.
Just laying there.
Hey, that's a fine, whoever's phone that is, by the way. That's a fine. Right, let me grab these super chats and we're wrapping, yeah? Big up Chike, big up guys in Baltimore, Maryland. Doing some sightseeing and past the M&T Bank Stadium, home of the 1-1 Baltimore Ravens. Matty, the Ravens play the Lions tonight on Monday night. Who wins and why?
That's a barn burner there. If you want to watch a game tonight, Lee, that's one you probably want to watch. I'm going to take the Ravens. I'll say they'll win by 1 touchdown.
What time's that, mate?
That's 9 p.m. my time. Well, no, excuse me. It comes on 8 p.m. my time, which is about 12 or 1 your time.
Baltimore Ravens, so 2:15 my time. Kickoff.
That'd be a fun one.
2:15, Baltimore Ravens, Detroit Lions. Yeah, I ain't staying up for that. 2:15.
Getting on to Eze, I feel sorry to Eze because one thing Arteta is going to make sure he doesn't do, let's make that World Cup squad. You'll kill him for that. He won't make that one.
I don't think Saka does. Not because he's not good enough, but he won't be fit enough.
He's done.
Well, Saka didn't really do anything yesterday when he came on. Let's be real with it.
Yeah. Really, that what George Graham did to David Rocastle in 1990. Effed up his chance to go to the World Cup in Italian 90.
Yep.
There we go. Big up to Kingdom of K. I'm a Liverpool fan. I've got to give you credit for always being complimentary for us. Your fan base is deranged. At least it's real on here.
That's about right.
Mate, our fan base are just the most tapped fans, mate. Yeah, bro, it's full of retards, isn't it? Yeah, and I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Yeah, we have more of these in our fan base than any other fucking club. Yeah, you don't see this shit at Real Madrid. PSG lose this tonight, their fucking ultras will be outside the players' houses. I'm not saying go that far, but maybe some of them do need to getting a fucking G up. Do you know what I mean? Big up to IX Die, bro. I've been a minute. I ain't seen you in my chat for time, bro. Yeah, bottom right guy is fucking tall as fuck. Seen him at a game. He means Kenny. He's wide as fuck as well, mate. He's a big lad, Kenny. You can't miss Kenny at a game, mate. Can't miss Kenny. Gentle giant.
I think you must have seen me on Lee Judge's channel with Julian. Like our time over Julian and Lee Judge's.
There we go. Big up to Conrad as well, bro. To everyone, don't let people fool you into believing that we can't replace Arteta. Too deep at almost every position, and a new manager will be paid well, and there will be interest from top coaches. Facts.
Absolutely.
We have nearly 2 players for every position. Yeah. Even if you offer 7 million a year, half of what this manager's getting, 7.5 a year or whatever, yeah, they'll be queuing up.
Lee, that's the reality that people are going to come to grips with this year. Is that, look, this team is good enough to win something. It's just not under this manager.
No.
My dad said he'd do it for some jelly deals, but they've gone posh.
You know what? Don't rule out certain managers in the Premiership. You know, obviously the foreign managers in the space is not sure. But there's certain managers in the Premiership. If they have a good season for them, then you never know.
I'd take Glasner.
The job's up for grabs.
Glasner all day.
What about Areola at Bournemouth?
I don't want Areola. I don't want Areola. He ain't one fucking.
Arteta.
What?
I'd take anything over Arteta right about now.
I just want someone that is competent and has won trophies.
Yeah, but that's me. Him and Arteta grew up together in the Basque Country, didn't they?
In the mountains of San Sebastian and all this shit. Fucking he knows everyone.
Oh, I thought
that was it as well.
Best mate Yabby's at Real Madrid.
Right.
Yeah, but mate, I'd take anyone. I keep saying it. This manager of Al Ali, but Mahrez plays that and Tony plays that. Mate, he's unbelievable. Yeah, I'd even take Girona's manager still right now. Yeah, and they got battered at the weekend. They're going to get relegated this season.
Hey, like I told you last night, Zidane is available. We know this.
Yeah,
Zidane is available. Yeah,
that's the one.
Go and give Zidane 15 million a year. Yeah, every single player he walks in. Well, what's stopping it? He don't need the money, does he?
Can I just answer a question? Right? This little melt that's in your chat, Terry Shipman. Am I bitter? Am I bitter because I failed as a referee? I never fucking failed, mate. At the end of the day,
he booked me. He never failed.
At the end of the day, fella, I run a multi-million-pound fucking heating company. You know what I mean? That was more important. I employed 15 people for over 20 years. Right? When I sold that business, I made a shed load of fucking money. Hence, I've got a house in France with my own lake, and I have a great time when I go there. So, fuck off, you little twat. At the end of the day, you will never ever achieve what I achieved in life. Bye-bye.
You tell him, Jez. You fucking say, mate.
In a nutshell.
Mic drop. Chow, I've emailed you back, brother. Emailed you back. Bless up, my bro. Bless up, mate. And last one before we wrap. Big up to Navin. I always watch your fan cams. Big up. Where is the entitlement with Arteta coming from with these top gooners? No respect for other good managers. That's a great comment to end on, by the way, because they all sitting there taking the piss out of fucking Pep and Man City for the way they played yesterday. Yeah, well, hold on. It took a 92nd minute fucking equaliser to get a draw. And he had his striker off the pitch after 70 odd minutes. Yeah, his striker had one chance, bang, goal. Yeah, they didn't look like conceding. Yeah, goalkeeper made a bit of a fuck up rushing out of his goal a little bit. Yeah, Martinelli, great finish. What a finish that was. Great pass from Eze. Just goes to show if you actually have players on the pitch, that can create, you might score. And if you can stop donating, that'd be great, because I need to get on this Marseille watchdog. Marseille PSG is quite good at the minute, by the way. The level of football is better, but apparently it's a farmers league, guys. It's a farmers league. And big up Dale, brother. Jezza, what vino am I buying, mate, from our bet?
Yeah, I'll contact you, mate. We had a little bet. Well, it was very quickly. It was like we had a bet on a game. Who got the result, and I got the result. So he's now got to buy a bottle of wine that I tell him he's got to buy.
Oh, Dale's cakes in money, mate. So buy the most expensive one.
Yeah, Dale, you've got to buy a bottle of Petrus, mate. 2006.
Even I know that's expensive.
About £9,500. That is.
Yeah, I've got a
£1.5
bottle. I've got a bottle from Aldi if you want it, mate.
No, we did set a limit. So
I don't drink
That's
wine.
funny. No, I don't. And another super chat. I appreciate them, but fucking, I want to get on this watch along, lads. Big up to Sacco P17. I speak to fans of my work, and they're all top gooners and don't like listening to anything you say. I had one tell me Arteta's a top 5 manager in the world. Bro, if I was you, I'd ask to move places. Yeah, maybe go and sit on your own in a different office or like whatever it is you do. Like just say, no, can I just work on my own today, please? Yeah, bro, these man chat crap. Yeah, and do you know what the funniest thing is, right? Is when they go, when I was on Potts' channel last week and went in like a wrecking ball. Yeah, and what happens? Yeah, but who could do better? What about this and what about that? Cool. If he leaves right now, who do you want? Every single one of them picks a fucking serial winner. Every single one of them. Or they just go, he ain't leaving. Okay, cool. Well, let's hope he don't fucking drop dead today then, mate. Because then what? No, real talk. If he leaves or drops dead, God forbid he drops dead. Yeah. But at the same time, if he walks out of this club today or they sack him today, who do these bastards want? Yeah, because every time they come up with a serial fucking winner. So you know they're lying, and their faces tell it all in the stadium every time I've watched it this season. Glum looks. Hands on head at Anfield and at Old Trafford. Yesterday, they're standing there huffing and puffing, biting their nails like, this ain't looking good. Yeah, they're fucked this season. Yeah, and he ain't going to win nothing. We've got a great squad of players, yeah? We have got a great squad of players. We've got a shit manager and a shit captain. Yeah, and the quicker we change them two, the quicker we start winning. And when we start winning, we'll continue to keep winning. Yeah, because if we get the right manager in, yeah, it doesn't matter who the manager is. Arne Slot, nobody would have ever lined up Arne Slot for that Liverpool job. Liverpool did. And look at him, bang, first season, won the league. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's going to piss it this year. Oh, he'll walk it this year. Fucking, mate, he was sitting there laughing his bollocks off yesterday watching us two. They're watching us in the city. He's thinking these two are shit. Yeah, all you got to do, lads, don't do anything stupid. If you can't get the win, don't lose. You watch, they'll carry on. They'll just keep going. Yeah, and then it'll be, oh, they lost to Palace or something this weekend, and we beat Newcastle. Oh, we're back in it. We're not in it, mate. We're in a top 4 race. Yeah, and when people want to talk about Arteta setting up defense, oh, we've got a great defense. No, nobody in this fucking league's got a good attack, mate. Let's just be real with it. Yeah. Nobody can take their player on. Nobody can cross the ball. Yeah, and then Mohamed Salah will bail you out of fucking in a game. Yeah, or Gakpo. Somebody just do something. It's not like they're consistent with it every single week, Liverpool. No team in this league's consistent. When you watch PSG and Barcelona, they're peppering goals.
They can even do throw-ins in the Premier League anymore.
No, it can't. Well, you see the lino telling Calafiori how to take a throw in the other day. Yeah. A professional footballer on 120 grand a week, telling him, put the ball behind your head, yeah, and throw it. Don't just put it here and go like that. 120 grand a week. Oh, but fuck off, man. These people have fucked our club. And on that bombshell,
oh dear,
Jezza, always love, mate. What you got coming up on your channel? Shake your channel out, buddy.
Yeah, it's Jez's Arsenal. Nearly, I'm 175 away now.
Come on.
10K. So hopefully by maybe August, I don't know, October, might get there. Yeah, tomorrow night, 6 o'clock, the old school show with DJ Kenny, Shano, and Lee Mr. Gunner is joining us tomorrow night.
We'll be there.
Yeah.
And Matty, if you're around, you're more than welcome. You know that. You're always welcome in my house. And I'll send you the link anyway. If you can't make it, you can't make it. But I appreciate. And once again, Matty, I have to give a massive shout out to you. Thank you very much for your help with the camera thing and everything. We have got it. We have got it, and all that. So that's going to be amazing. Thank you very much for your help, mate.
Cheers, brother.
Bless up. Big up DJB. What you got coming up, man?
Yeah, the Arsenal huddle. I'm about 12, 15 away now from 2K, so much appreciated.
Right, we'll get that done now. Come on, there's still 1,200 people in here. 12 people need to sub to him.
Get in there.
Yeah, appreciate to everyone, everyone in the chat that follows my channel, and all you guys here as well for giving me this support. What have I got coming up? What have I got? Yeah, I've got Aaron OG show tonight. That'd be good. Me, Shane, Normsky, and Aaron. That's going to be a bit fire tonight. Tomorrow, on with Jez. I think I'm on with Dan on 9 o'clock as well. Wednesday, I do my Wednesday one with Normski, just me and Normski. We have a bit of banter as well. We'll probably watch the penalty shootout, Arsenal and Port Vale. We'll be watching that. We'll be watching the live watch along penalty shootout. Me and Normski get along for that. And yeah. Oh, and next Sunday got the Sunday sit back, and yeah, I'll send a link to Jez. I think Jez is going to join me next Sunday as well, so that'll be good. And yeah, all good, my friend, all good.
There we go.
Oh, retro show. Sorry, Shane. Sorry, he's just reminded me. How can I forget? We've got Jez's favourite show, the retro show, is back on tomorrow. The retro show where we go through all the old kits, trip down memory lane, going through the old kits. It's a really good show, and it's a nice release from all of this fucking Arteta madness.
It's a brilliant show. It is a brilliant show. I love it.
It's class. It is good. It is good. But yeah, bless up to everyone locked in. Matty, always love, man. What you got coming up? Shout your channel out, bro.
Hey, brother, always good to see the brothers, man. This is one of my favorite shows. I love my Monday shows, man. Tomorrow I'm going to try to hop on with Jez here. I got a couple of conference calls tomorrow, so I'm gonna try to do the hop on with brother Jez tomorrow. And Wednesday we will be there, as JB said, we will be there for the penalty shootout against
Oh yeah.
And then this weekend we'll be there for the one shotter against Newcastle. So
crazy. Kenny, I know you ain't got a channel, but what you got coming up this week?
Well, with Jess tomorrow at 6 o'clock, and then I think I've got Dan at 9 o'clock, and then DG 4 p.m. and then on Thursday I've got a show with DJB at 6:15. Is it?
6:15. Yeah. Sorry, forgot that one.
And then, in between it, I'm watching Port Vale versus Arsenal. Obviously, you got to watch every game. I don't think. I like to think we're going to win 6 or 7-0, but we won't. We'll make headway over it. And then Newcastle. Well, look, it's a good opportunity to go to St James's Park and buck the trend and actually go there and win and play football with panache. But we won't, because we'll pay Newcastle way too much respect. He's like light Newcastle as well.
There we go. Make sure you follow all the lads. I'm going to redirect to my Lee Reacts channel, Melbourne. So I'll be there. 24 and a half minutes gone in this game. Marseille 1-0 up. They've hit the bar. And the way they play football.
You see that? You see this attack right here? Look at it.
Yeah. Look at this. Look at that. Bang. Straight off. Well, brother, I swear. The way these teams play football. Look at the atmosphere in the fucking stadium, by the way. Yeah, if that was at the Emirates, so excuse me, can you sit down? We can't see. How about stand up then?
Exactly.
Fucking idiots. Fuck off. Anyway, I'm going to raid my other channel, and that'll be me done for the day. Tomorrow I'm on with Rants. Obviously, they got a win, kept him in a job, so that was good. And obviously, watch along tomorrow night. I think I'm doing Liverpool. I'm obviously on with Jezza tomorrow as well, 6 p.m. UK, Jez, yeah?
Yeah.
And I'll be doing a watch along for Liverpool as well. I might be jumping on Savage channel at some point tomorrow because he's doing a charity stream. So depending on where I can kind of fit that in, probably earlier in the day, because he's going all day on that. So, and then Wednesday, obviously we have Port Vale, the Stoke derby, Stoke versus Port Vale, live on here.
Yeah.
That kicks off at 8 p.m.
And they're unbeaten in their last 2 games, Port Vale.
Yeah, they won their last 2 games. Yeah, after a shit start, they won their last 2. So they're on a roll at the minute, guys.
They beat Wrexham away as well. So yeah,
they did beat Wrexham away. You're right.
So it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. As Jezza knows.
Nice ground, Vale Park. Nice ground.
Never been. Robbie Williams FC.
Yeah.
No, I haven't been there for football. I told you I went there for a concert years ago.
Why am Marseille still attacking against PSG when they're 1-0 up? What a cross. Oi.
Look at this, right? Just look at this football. Look at this.
The way they're playing football is just mad. And look at the way we played against PSG. They're all over them. All right, big up Vegas Gunner for the super chat. We'll end on this and redirect here. If you watch Zubimendi and Rice closely, there are chances to try and slip Gyökeres in with a ball, but passed it sideways to Trossard. Yeah. Is that Arteta's instruction? 100% that's Arteta's instruction.
It is.
Yeah.
Keep the ball, keep the ball, keep the ball. He ain't interested in, because he knows the way we play with these inverted fullbacks. One diagonal pass and they're gone. 2 passes through the middle. Look at Haaland's goal. He brings that ball out the air. Yeah, what a touch from Greenwood. Oh.
Look at that
2-0.
right there. You see this?
All right, this is unbelievable. Oh, he's offside.
Oh, he is. Oh, I just
Oh, man. The fucking way Greenwood trapped that out the air was crazy. Right, I'm going. So, yeah, it is his instruction, brother. It is. And best up to you, Vegas. I hope you're well, my friend. I hope you're very, very well. And, yeah, I'll be on the second channel in a second. I'll be there literally 30 seconds. Go for a quick piss and I'll be there. Sub to all the lads. Get them up to their next target, guys. And I'll see you again in 30 seconds. We're out. Arteta out.
Big up, you prick.